I'm gonna start out by saying Michelle Obama gets on my damn nerves now. Like, and more than that, I'm very disappointed in her because she's trying to compare herself to a lot of these females out here who actually been through the struggle, whether it was, mistakes or bad choices that really went through the struggle versus her blessed upcoming. Y'all know what I'm talking about. So we're going to get into this, and the first thing I'm going to show y'all, the example is the way she's talking to Taraji P. Henson as if they had the same struggles. And in this first video, she going to make it seem like with Taraji P. Henson talking about the struggles she had as a single mother, Michelle going to try to act like she can relate coming up in a two-parent home. Let's go ahead and get into it.
I was a single mother, so I didn't have time to sit down. I remember one day, and this, like, Marcel was like 4 years old. I was so tired, I wanted to cry. Like, I wouldn't wish being a single parent on my worst enemy.
Our mother was fortunate. She didn't work until I went to high school, but that was a choice that she and my father made so we lived off of one salary, and we made huge sacrifices for that because I think my mother understood that if she was going to be the kind of mother she wanted to be, that we would forego living a good life, that we live in a little bitty apartment and just make ends meet.
So in that clip, Michelle Obama is trying to talk about women going through certain things and not, as well, going through certain things and it being overlooked. But I believe Taraji P. came up with a single mother, whereas at least Michelle had a two-parent house. Now, those times coming up in the 60s and all of that, yeah, black people definitely went through something. We know that. But we look at the stats and it shows, right, that two-parent homes was doing far better than they're doing now. They barely exist now these days, especially, for us, our community. So when she says what she says, I'm looking like, when are you going to say, I can't totally relate to you? This is what used to bother me, but looking at your circumstances, yours was worse than mine. So I have to be thankful for what I had, and hopefully it work out for you or something. Tell the truth. Don't try to relate like you know exactly what it is. Now, on this next clip that I'm about to talk about is them trying to say what women go through, and then her brother going to say, if we knew, we would care. You know what I'm saying? Let us know. Communicate that. She gonna say some bumbling idiot shit that gets on my nerves that a lot of women do and wonder why they go through certain things. And once again, she gonna be complaining about something, but she know damn well she's married to a former president. All her issues are not the same issues as a lot of black women these days. At least 70-something% of black women who are single mothers. She's married, got assistants, can fly around the world, they still get income. She able to go do her own thing. Barack is barely around. But let's go ahead and get into this clip.
And does anyone care?
Yeah, there's
that. They care.
If we knew, I think we would care. If we knew. If we knew.
Or, yeah, and we have to ask ourselves, the men in our lives is, why wait to be asked? It seems like what we go through is pretty obvious. I mean, maybe we're not complaining, but we're actually living life out loud, you see us carrying these babies, you see us working a job and coming home and managing, getting food on the table and handling doctor's appointments. And this is, if you've got a partner, right? I think some of us feel like, why should we have to ask?
Yeah.
So you saw that part where she said, that's if you got a partner. Taraji P. says her child's father lost his life while her child was still a child, a baby basically. Michelle Obama married before she had her kids. Great education, great career. Then her husband started doing his thing. She believed in him, which is dope. But then now you come back on these shows and talking trash about it. And then you want to talk about what women going through, not having help and all that. But you got help. You had to put in your time for your marriage to work. I understand that. But to sit around and, well, see us carrying the baby, blah, blah, blah. So why should we even have to ask our partner? He should know because we living out loud. What about the men that are living out loud and going through a lot? That every time we try to communicate, now look what y'all say, he's sassy, he played for the other team. And you got help. Your husband, granted, was all trying to take care of the free world and some real responsibility, and you're complaining about him not being the best father because he was off doing that. You can't have both. That's the problem I have with it. A lot of women will be like Michelle, be in good situations but complain their man ain't got no time to help with what their responsibility is. So you want a man to go out there and conquer the world and come help you with your responsibilities. That's lazy. That's the difference between the women back then and the women now. Because the women back then, they worked too. Because you got to remember, if you know history when it comes to black women, they always worked in this country. Always, since inception. They've always worked. And it wasn't that they complained, because I don't know about y'all, coming up with my mom's, grandmother, aunties, and women in the community, every time I ran into a black woman had no problem telling you what the hell was on her mind. She had no problem instructing you what she needed help on. Y'all women turn to, oh, I don't need no man. I don't need no help. I got this. Don't nobody want to talk about when y'all did that. You have to go back to realize the history and what y'all been doing. Stop lying and acting like, oh, black women can't say nothing. Y'all always said something. And we be the main person y'all letting know what's on your damn mind. Because even Barack talked about it. He'll be the chill one. And he'll be Wiz Khalifa, and his wife behind closed doors will be like Amber Rose. And oh, why can't I say nothing? You're not the husband. You're not the president. He gave you the life that he promised. He didn't promise that you'd be running the country with me. He didn't promise you that. He did what a man's supposed to do. And now you sitting around here complaining with this woman who's going through it. And she had to really work. Now, married, I understand it was her fault because the choices she made. She didn't get married. She didn't marry to the right guy. I don't know the full story, but he lost his life in the streets. And she said she lied and told her son it was an accident, a car accident. So I'm not going to absolve her from that responsibility. But to sit in front of this woman's face, and it's her fault to accept this, to sit her in her face and act like you able to relate is crazy to me. Now, I'm just doing this little video right here, right now. Second part to it, oh, you know I got to cover her talking to Tracy Ellis Ross like she a single woman. Because that's the other thing that be getting on my nerves. She be trashing Barack, basically low-key throwing shade. But I guarantee you, Tracy Ellis Ross and all those single women, especially the ones that are successful, or especially the ones that's broke needing help, will take your man in a minute. Believe that. It's your boy JTL, JVJ Network. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe. Go ahead and put your comments in the comment section, whether you agree or disagree. I'm here for it. Let's get it.